Hi guys, how are you? I hope everybody's doing well. Just wanted to talk about a few things. Um, I was also bulimic at age 14. As I'm talking about just things that I'm learning about myself and life, with my boyfriend, these things pop up, and so I just share everything. So I was bulimic at the age of 14. And I feel like the reason that I'm saying all this stuff publicly is because there's a lot of people that I've come across in my life who think that I've had an easy life because I don't wear the shit that I've been through on the outside. It doesn't show on my face, and it doesn't show in my attitude and the way that I carry myself. It's easy to read people and what they've been through or going through by the way that they portray themselves in life on a daily basis. So my cousin kind of got me into it, but it was ultimately my decision to do it. Once you get to the point in life where you can, you know, take accountability for everything that you've been through, at some point, just take some kind of accountability. It really does make you feel so much better because you're not waiting for an apology or for forgiveness or for closure with someone or from someone that you're never going to get it from. It's easier to just say, well, ultimately in the end, that was my decision to do that drug, to fight that person, to smoke that, to, steal that, whatever it was that you did, okay? So for about 3 years, I was bulimic, and like my family didn't know how to deal with it. They dealt with it like as a punishment. They didn't realize that it was something else going on. It was a deeper issue. It was a need for attention. I didn't get a lot of attention as a child unless I was getting in trouble. My cousins used to gang up on me and bully me, which I'm realizing most people in life had to get a gang of people in order to come at me because I'm just a very a powerful force on my own. And that's probably why I'm still here. But they used to tease me and gang up on me. And like my family knew this, my aunt knew this, my mom and dad knew this, but they didn't really do anything about it. They just acted like we were playing. They didn't understand that it actually did affect me. And it affected me later in life because it made me very rigid towards people I didn't need to be rigid towards because I just assumed everybody was like this because it was at a young age this was happening. Anyway, so with the bulimia, my cousin and I used to stuff our faces and then go into the bathroom and throw it all up. Now, I know there's a lot of people who've had this happen, and not many people will admit it or talk about it, and that's okay, but I am because I'm realizing that everything that I've gotten past and that I've like conquered in my life, nobody can say that they helped me with, except for God, of course. But nobody, no human being can say that they had anything to do with helping me get past any of these problems. This confirmation again. I know you guys heard that, right? That was confirmation. Nobody. I just stopped the bulimia one day. I just stopped, and I just stopped getting high one day. And it's really amazing because people they don't want to be there when you need the help, but when you succeed at some shit, not people, narcissists, they want to say that they helped you in some way, and maybe in a way they did, because even the people who were bad influences in our life taught us what we didn't want to be like, if it wasn't for me seeing how bad that the drugs could take you to the point where you could actually murder your own family member, I don't know if I would have wanted to get off of them. I started seeing like from a different perspective what people were looking like and acting like on the same drugs I was on, and it was just ugly and sad and depressing, and no life. What I mean? I was around a person that, and I use that term lightly, I was around a person that didn't shower unless their girlfriend was coming over because they're that phony. They didn't get out of bed unless somebody was coming over, and then they would act like they were up doing things all day. like to the point of even like putting a lawnmower or a weed whacker out front to act like they just cut, they were doing it all. Like, it's just one of those things where everything about this individual's life was a lie. I'm still in shock at how phony this person was, but how good he was at manipulating people to think that he was something that he wasn't, right? So anyway, there's another thing that I wanted to talk about, and that was this happy wife, happy life shit. I don't agree. I think it gets to the point where people think that this is true. Society tells us happy wife, happy life. What happens when just the wife is happy and now the husband realizes he spent his whole life, like my father did, trying to make the wife happy, and you didn't do anything for your own happiness? Resentment comes after that. It's inevitable. Resentment comes after that. And you really can't blame the other person either, because it was your choice to put that person before your own happiness. See, in every situation that we're in, we have to say that it was my fault ultimately. No, but unless somebody comes to you and puts a gun to your head and forces you to do some shit, you ultimately had the decision to say yes or no, or to allow something to go on, or to change it or not change it, whatever it is. I'm just trying to get people to understand that there's a lot of people right now who are pointing fingers at other people for their problems, all right? And you can't do that. Like I said, unless somebody forced you against your will, our free will can fuck up some shit, okay? And it can help some shit, depending on which way you want to go, right? You never stop learning in life, ever. And it's funny because you get to the point where like the kids become the mature ones later in life, and the parents have over time become like children. And it's really crazy how this happens. It's like I'm seeing this a lot with people where it seems like the kids are more mature and are telling the parents that you should and shouldn't be doing this. And the parents, I guess because a lot of our parents weren't ready to have kids and they feel like they were forced, but you weren't, because it was your decision, right? It's all your decision to grow up and to raise this child or children, and you didn't really have the years of partying like that you wanted to, right? I didn't have to force myself to marry my son's father. He was more in his life than I was, right? But there was no like resentment where like we had to force. It's like my parents, like back then, like you had to get married, hence my mother being 9 months pregnant in her wedding pictures. You were forced into getting married, so now you start resenting your child for that, and it's like not your child's fault, and it's not fair, and it's bullshit. It's like I try to look at things from both sides in life all the time, and it's not fair for me, and I understand her side too. But at some point, you have to sit there and say, like, this was my fault. Not just in that situation, but with a lot of situations, like did I marry this man that I really didn't love because I knew he was the best choice, and that I couldn't care for this child on my own? Would I be able to ever pay a bill or survive on my own without my husband? Because a lot of females in my family couldn't do that. And they judged my life and said, like, how come you can't do this? And it's always this, it's always a problem. Well, it must be nice to have a man fucking picking you up every time you fall, and that you don't know what it's like to have to pay rent or a bill, or to do some shit, or go fuck a dude up by yourself because he put his hands on you, because you don't have any men in your corner that will literally protect you and stand up for you. This is why I'm so tough. This is why people will not come for me. They know better now, because it's like, I will defend myself. I don't have to wait for somebody else to do it. But now that I understand that, like, the universe will literally tear some shit up for me, I feel sorry for somebody who comes for me at this point, because I seen what God can do to some people. He is literally currently, as we speak, destroying people's lives one by one because of how they dealt with me. Some of those people are my family members, and that makes me sad too. But the ones that aren't, their lives are completely being turned upside down, because like I said, God slides his earth angels in there, and he sends them in as addicts, because he wants you to treat everybody the same. And then when you realize that you just fucked with somebody who is actually sacred in the spiritual realm and they are favored, it becomes a problem for those people. So happy wife, happy life. How's that working out for everybody? What happened to the happy husband? It's like I said in another one of my videos, like, what's this 50-50 shit? Who wants 50% of anything from somebody? It should be 100 on both ends. My relationship with my boyfriend is amazing. We don't have a lot, but we don't even recognize it because it's not about material things with us. He provides everything that I need, right? And I provide him like the nurturing and the love, and I tell him how appreciative I am every single day for what he does for me. Every day I let him know. I don't hold things in. We talk about everything as we feel it. We don't argue. We don't fight. And it's like we're just honest with each other. Maybe that's why we're not all lovey-dovey and shit all the time, but we'll say out loud whatever we feel. And so the other person doesn't take it personally. Maybe what would be a fight for somebody else is not a fight for us, maybe. But women are supposed to build their men up and make them feel appreciated and wanted. And a man is supposed to protect a woman and make sure that she has everything that she needs. It's really amazing. And there's a lot of people who are jealous of our relationship, and I feel sorry for those who can't just see that you can have that too, and that instead of being jealous, why don't you just like learn or ask or just, I don't know, like maybe try the same thing. I don't know. Like, no relationship is perfect, no friendship, nobody is perfect, but sometimes people are just perfect for each other and shit. We don't apologize for that. There's been a lot of people who tried to tear us apart. And it's like the more that people just try to come for us, the stronger our relationship gets. I have to thank all of you. And for my enemies that I have, unfortunately, I can't imagine why I have enemies, because I've never done anything to anybody. Literally, I've never, ever done anything to deliberately hurt somebody. But if you realize anything about this world, it just seems like people who are good people and good-hearted people and kind people are just disliked for no reason. I'm realizing this my whole life, that I have just literally been disliked. People love to hate me and hate to love me. I guess that's the best way to describe it. And like, I just don't give a shit, but it's a sad mental issue with yourself that you need to handle. There's a female, I'm going through like a single white female again moment with somebody, and I just want to say to you, because I know you're probably watching these too, don't starve yourself. Like I said, I was bulimic at one point, and it was because it was something deeper with me. It was emotional and mental. So I don't think that trying to be like somebody else is the answer. You should just be yourself. If you're ugly in here, right? Because I've seen your ugliness. If you're ugly in here, it's going to show out here, okay? When you're ugly in here, it shows out here. This is what needs being made over, not your face. No makeup in the world is going to cover up an ugly heart. It's always going to show on the outside. I can't stress that enough. What else do I have to talk about? I guess that's it. I don't know. I just wanted to make a short video. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's eating healthy and getting lots of rest and meditating. I cannot stress enough how much meditating has changed my life, and listening to meditation music and just taking myself away from people who carry nothing but stress and depression and anxiety. Because when you're an empath, you will absorb other people's energy, and it's usually not good. You feel me? So, what else? Sapien medicine. Did I share that about sapien medicine? I actually healed fibroids, and I healed a kidney issue that I had with these sound frequencies on sapien medicine. It's a different type of sound frequencies than Dr. Virtual 7. I literally made a playlist for kidneys and liver and heart, and I've been listening to them for like weeks now, and I just cannot stress enough how amazing it is to see results from sound frequencies and taking no medication. So you might want to go over to his channel and start listening. And Dream Seeds, he also has another channel called Dream Seeds. All right, so I'm gonna cut it there. I love you guys. I hope you're having an amazing day, and if not, change that. It's up to you. Out.